These are the types of listening shown in one therapy session.
Yesterday was a really bad day. I woke up super late because I missed my alarm and then I missed my bus and I didn't make it to my chemistry class. So I'm really upset. I've just been feeling really bad lately. And I didn't eat today at all. I've just been feeling really bad.
What we just saw was an example of silent listening, which means staying completely attentive and responsive without saying anything verbally. In the clip, the therapist nodded and made eye contact, showing that they were fully engaged and giving their client space to speak freely without interruption.
Why was that stressful for you? Like, what specifically made that happen? Why was that? Like, what time was your class at? What time was your class? Like, do you have any other details to the story that would maybe help me understand the situation a little bit better? Like,
This clip showed questioning, a type of listening where the listener asked for more information. Here, the therapist asked clarifying questions like, was that for you, and what made that stressful for you, to better understand the client's experience and gather more important details.
It was really stressful because I missed, I kind of ruined my whole day by waking up late. I don't know, it was just like the lack of sleep combined with not eating just made me feel really bad the whole day.
yeah, I totally understand how not eating and then combining that with like a lack of sleep. I totally understand how that could make you feel stressed because that could, and especially running late, that could affect your grade in class. So I understand why that would make you feel stressful.
I was
That was an example of paraphrasing, which means restating the speaker's thoughts and feelings in your own words. In this clip, the therapist summarized the client's stories and what she was saying to show that he understood and encouraged the client to keep sharing.
I'm so sorry that was stressful for you. I've been there too a lot before where you wake up late and then you're rushing because you don't have time for tea, breakfast, and you go to class and you got a headache and it really sucks. And I'm sorry that that happened to you today.
The clip we watched showed empathizing, where the listener identifies with the speaker's feelings. The therapist in this clip expressed sympathy for the client's hard day, helping the client feel supported and safe to open up even more. For example, he said that he's been in that spot and made her feel like she was not alone in those feelings.
I think it's actually really brave of you, and it shows really good growth that you were able to pick yourself up and go to class, even though you slept in late and you didn't get to eat. It was really good of you to make that decision to continue to be productive during your day. I think
What we just watched was supporting, which is when the listener shows solidarity with the speaker's situation. In this clip, the therapist praised the client for being brave enough to still attend class even after um, feeling like a failure before, and this helped the client feel more confident about their actions, which is especially helpful when you're just feeling low about yourself.
I've been fighting with my friend a lot recently. We've been having a lot of random fights, and I feel like our friendship is kind of deteriorating.
oh, that definitely makes sense then why that would also contribute to your mood of feeling stressed. That makes sense. I understand that.
Yeah.
In this clip, the client just offered another story that she had to share. And what we saw that was that the therapist was analyzing, where the listener offers an interpretation of what's happening. The therapist suggested that the relationship issues might be affecting the client's mood, helping the client think about their feelings from a new perspective.
How do you think this friendship has been affecting your mood? Has it contributed to your stress in any type of way?
Yeah, it's actually the reason I didn't sleep last night. I was just up all night thinking about all the good times we had and I just feel really bad we're not that close anymore. I actually really miss talking to her throughout the day. It's just all these stupid little fights that add up. Like yesterday we had this really dumb fight and I just feel so bad. I don't know if it's my fault or if it's her fault and I just feel horrible.
And how do you think that that has affected your mood?
Um, I guess it's just been causing a lack of sleep, and that's just causing all this stress, which is definitely not helping my mood at all. It's just making me really sad. So it's definitely a major thing affecting my mood for sure. I didn't realize how much it was.
Here we see evaluating, a listening response that judges or praises the speaker's thoughts or behaviors. The therapist asks the client to reflect on how their friendship might be affecting her mood, pushing them to think critically about her situation.
I'm just so confused. I really don't know what to do. I'm just so confused.
Yeah, I mean, I think tomorrow or today after this session, you should try calling your friend, or if you can meet face to face, that'd be even better. And that way you guys can really, in a more like intimate way, talk about the issues that you're having and the best way to overcome those challenges. I think that'll be really helpful for you in your situation.
Okay. And do you think I should call her or?
The type of communication that you want is kind of up to you. Face to face offers some more insights because you can see their nonverbal expressions, such as face expressions. But calling or texting provides a good alternative solution if that's not something you're interested in.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
What we just saw was advising, which means that the therapist was giving someone advice or suggestions. After the clients asked for help, the therapist offered practical advice based on their experience, guiding the client towards a possible solution. For example, he advised towards going face to face. That way, that they could show more nonverbal expressions and just be more upfront, but also offered alternate solutions like speaking through text or online.
There's also something else that's been on my mind. I've been applying for jobs recently for the summer. And I just feel so stressed about that. Like I just have so much to do. I applied for so many jobs and I'm so worried that I'm not gonna get any. And I'm just anxious.
what specifically in the job seeking process has been stressing you?
I don't know, I've never had a job before and I just feel like kind of nervous and anxious. I don't know why. I'm really scared that I'm not gonna get the job or that I'm just like they're not gonna like me. Like I'm really scared for the interview. There's also something else that's been on.
Yeah, that must be so hard. What kind of jobs are you looking for?
I'm trying to go to medical school, so I've been looking at a lot of like nursing jobs, a lot of like CNA jobs, just stuff that'll like give me clinical experience in the medical field. It's just all so stressful.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. What kind of qualifications do you have for this job?
I don't really have any qualifications. That's the thing. I'm trying to like get jobs and get more experience to do that. That's why I'm so nervous. I've just like never had a real job before.
Yeah, I understand. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. What kind of steps are you taking to make your resume look good?
I've just been putting a lot of volunteer experience that I have. I've been putting my grades and my GPA and all of my extracurriculars, and I'm just really hoping that it'll be enough.
What kind of steps?
What we saw was a type of reflective listening. The listener invites the speaker to talk openly without fear of being judged. In this example, the therapist listened carefully, asked questions, and validated the client's feelings to build trust and understanding.
I don't know. I've just been so stressed. Like I just don't really know what to do. Like I'm just not very good at managing stress.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I think you've actually done a pretty good job of managing your stress. You were able to get to your class, even if it was a little bit late. It's still good that you were able to go and get your assignments completed. I think that was really good. I think you going through the application process is a really good step. That shows bravery, and I think that you are a well qualified candidate. Like you said, you had certain volunteer work that qualifies for you, and you're a medical student at a solid university. So I think that could put you in a really good position in order to get a good job, and I really think that it's a strong possibility that you're able to do that.
Thank you for your advice and feedback.
Yeah, and also some more advice that I have for you is just like try to do some interview prep if you can in the future. If you want, I'd be happy to work with you on that type of thing. But I think that your resume is really good and that you are definitely well qualified for the positions that you're applying.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Finally, this was directive listening, where the listener evaluates the speaker's message and gives advice. The therapist gave final encouragements and specific strategies, helping the client leave the session with clear, actionable next steps.